Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your mid-month check-in. I did do your July monthly, so this is just catching up to where you are currently and moving forward to the end of the month because I know time is fluid, so things may have changed since your last video, and I am here to catch you up to speed. I apologize for my sound again. I'll make sure that my mic is a little bit louder. But yeah, you have really good energy here. I said, as always, since I've been building my channel, I always get really good, interesting spreads for you. A lot of it is just a lot of mental anguish, a lot of anxiety for you. You did get the Nine of Swords again in your spread, but I see it on its way out. I got the energy that you are fighting it, and that's why it's showing up, because it's an important battle for you. And I do see you on your way to being a lot more thorough, a lot more confident, a lot more flexible in your faith. And that's really important since I feel like a lot of you in particular are just really spiritually awakened and you are just that way naturally. And I do think that those kind of people, they have a lot more obstacles than others. And they have a lot more trip ups. They have a lot more things that just make them question their faith, that make them question the universe. And I'm getting that sense for you. And I see you putting up a fight toward the end of this month for sure. So I will put your spread in view. The biggest energy I get, I really want to say right here. You got the Ace of Swords twice. And starting out, where you are currently and then ending the spread or toward the middle of the spread again. So I feel like there's definitely a lot of clarity in what you want and who you are, especially with this Three of Wands. Again, just a lot of fighting for mental clarity. I see a lot less anxiety, as I mentioned. I see some of you are just trying to be more vulnerable and more forthright when it comes to really expressing your opinions, when it comes to expressing your feelings and your desires. I don't think that you are letting the influences of other people sway you anymore, if that was something you ever did. Especially with a lot of these Ace of Swords, I see you as making boundaries, having really hard conversations, but having really firm stances on things. This to me is the card of self-image for some reason, or one of them, and that being next to the Ace of Swords is just telling me you're letting the world know who you are. I also feel this is in business too. I see you fighting for that spiritual awakening that we've been discussing. There is some kind of force that is aiming for your attention, but I'll get to that because I do feel like while some of you are rightfully cutting off the opinions of other people and cutting off the negativity, in all of that, you're kind of throwing out the guidance that you may need from an outside source. And instead of being discerning and trying to figure out what would be best or who would be best to go to, you're just kind of cutting out everyone except a select few. So I'll get back to that. But in particular, these two cards, I see a lot of boldness here. I see a strong defining of who you are, setting boundaries, as I said. I do see this in regards to business, and I see that this is you deciding on where you want to go, what you want to stand for. If you're looking for a job, you're deciding what kind of company do I want to work for, because you know that who you work for says a lot about who you are as a person. So I definitely see this as you just looking ahead and just really boldly defining who you are, what you stand for, and what you're offering. You know what you have to offer. And I see you getting a lot of positive feedback. I see you getting a lot of positive recognition. These two cards together for me, this is pretty much saying that you're back on solid ground. If not that you weren't, but if any of you felt that you weren't, I think this is you recognizing that, hey, all right, whatever happened in the past, however I felt in the past, whatever I was worried about in the past, it's over now. I'm in charge now. You're also seeing the results of what you've worked for, and you're still knowing there's more work to be done, but you do see the progress. You see where you started and where you are now and how much further you have to go, and it all looks really good and really optimistic. Moving forward, you got the Page of Cups. that came out with the Nine of Cups. And then it was clarified by the Queen of Cups. And mind you, my clarifier is in a completely different deck. So these are 3 different cup cards that came out for you. And they're all really good cup cards. Like, there are only a few pretty negative cup cards to me. But these two, the Page of Cups and the Nine of Cups, they're really good energy. The Page of Cups, I mentioned in your last video that you needed to be a lot more vulnerable, that you needed to be a lot more open with your partner, that, you know, while I feel that you probably are in a really good relationship, for those who are in relationships, I see that there is still the need to kind of open up a bit more and let your partner in, let your partner get to know the real you and not be so guarded. For those singles, I do see this as being a lot more open in what you want and not being afraid to be a little bit more playful. I'm not saying that you're all serious or that you're all definitely not boring, but it's okay to let your sense of humor shine. It's okay to let your guard down a bit and to be open to changing what your idea of happiness is and what your standards are. You don't have to lower them, but you should be a bit flexible, and I see that happening for you this month. Some of you may be reshaping your dream life, because the Knight of Cups is wish fulfillment, dream fulfillment. With this Page of Cups, I see you taking a more playful attitude toward it and a more detached and confident attitude. This Queen of Cups is just you nurturing a dream to me. I don't know why I feel that way. Some of you may be in a honeymoon phase again with your partner. Especially after you've done that inner work and started defining who you are, which I kind of feel like you did here in the current space. I feel like with that, you just really revamp your relationship. You really start nurturing each other, or your partner is feeling more nurtured. Some of you may be expecting with this page here and this Queen of Cups in the same kind of spread. Some of you, again, may literally be on a honeymoon or engaged. I get that energy as well. And for the singles, I just see you meeting someone that brings out your playful side, that brings out your nurturing side, that brings out your creative and dreamy side with this Queen of Cups here. So I do see the dating life going well for you, especially after, you know, let's say you made a dating profile and you decided to just put yourself out there more and be a lot more not exposed but more open in what you decide to put on your profile, or when you go and you have conversations at a bar, you decide to let your sense of humor shine more. I feel like all of that is opening you up to a really intense love affair or a really intense new partner. So on any end, whether single, engaged, married, in a long-term relationship, I feel like you all are kind of being looked at with new eyes, and your partner or your potential partner is really grateful that you're exposing yourself more with them. That being said, moving forward, as I mentioned, you're done with the outside influences. I think your last video, a lot of gossip came up of people being curious about what you're doing, where you're at, who you're with, what kind of relationship you're in, what are your plans, what are your goals. I saw a lot of people just really interested in low-key in your business and you wanting to have that privacy. But this month, I see you definitely just rejecting all kinds of eyes on you, or rejecting all kinds of opinions being forced on you. You're done with outside influences. You're not letting the gossip affect you. I also see this as you being inspired by your ideas over anyone else's. Especially with this card here, you see he's pouring out that cup that was being offered to him. I see this as you just really relying on your own inner thoughts, your own inner creativity, because the High Priestess was right next to this as well. And you had the High Priestess last video too. So this is you just being a lot more independent and a lot more free thinking. And yeah, you're still a spiritual person. Yeah, you still take guidance or opinions, or you still go by certain beliefs that are mainstream. But I see this as you're not deciding to live by them anymore, if that makes sense. But this is, I will say, this is where I got the feeling that, even in all your spiritual awakening, even in all your independence, that you still may need a little help. You still do have people that do want to look out for you. There is some kind of answers that you should be seeking from an outside source. So there is this warning here to not cut off everyone, or to not solely rely on your own thoughts and your own ideas, that there is inspiration to be gotten from outside sources. So I think it's just a warning to do things in moderation. Cut off the unnecessary, cut off the negative, but don't cut off everybody. Especially when you're in the honeymoon phase, it's really easy to just get wrapped up in your own little world. So I do also see this as a warning as well, since it was right next to that spread, to just don't be all in with your partner. You still have a life to live. You still have your own inner self, your own inner life, your own mentality, to not just make your whole world about your partner. I'm getting that as well. And there may be some really intense conversations that you have to have with people, that boundaries that you need to set about people being too much in your business, too forward in what they say to you and their opinions and in the questions that they ask. I see this as you just kind of really having that hard conversation and telling them, like, look, this isn't going to work. If you want me in your life, if you want me to be around, you do have to take a step back a bit and be more respectful. So the Ace of Swords, I definitely feel is an inspiration too. I do see a lot of new ideas. I do see a lot of innovation here for you toward the end of this month. You had the Magician too somewhere. So Jack of all trades energy. The High Priestess, as I said, came up for you again. This is you. You are a very self-aware person. I got that vibe from the last two videos I did. You have a really strong inner core, and that's a great thing, and that's almost an enviable thing. But with it comes the need to also be open, like I said, to outsiders. Use your discernment that you know that you have. You have a really good judgment. You have a really strong intuition. I also see this, especially with the Ace of Wands and then the Ace of Swords right next to it. I do see you being more open-minded. I do see you being more focused on creating and shaping things. But with this Four of Cups and this High Priestess, I do see this as you wanting to do it on your own. And help is being offered to you. Partnership is being offered to you. A lot of outside help is being offered to you. And just this High Priestess is reminding you, like, yes, you do have a really good inner intuition and a good inner core. Use your discernment, because there definitely are people, I'm getting, that do need to be cut off. But that shouldn't result in you cutting everyone off. So that's the warning here. And you also have a spark. I feel like there's just something that's just waiting to be ignited in your inner self, in your brain, in your heart. There's a memory here that might trigger something for you. You might be having a random conversation, because I feel like conversations are going to be big for you in the next few weeks. And something just might trigger you and inspire you. You'll have like a eureka moment or an epiphany, and it's going to really, really open your eyes to something. I see that here too. I see you having start art conversations, but I also see really inspiring conversations being directed toward you, and it's going to really change your life, and it's going to really help your business. It's going to help your art. It's going to help your relationships. So you've got really good energy around you, as opposed to the last reading where you didn't have really good energy coming from the outside influences in your life. This time around, I'm seeing the exact opposite. I'm seeing that you cut off the negative, and you've got some positive people waiting to get in there and be around you and help you. As I said, with the Nine of Swords that has come up for you multiple times, this time around, especially with the depiction on this card, I see you fighting your anxiety. That little monster there, I feel like those are your nightmares, those are your bad dreams, those are your self-doubts, those are your nagging feelings or anxieties, and I see you really fighting it. The Nine of Swords came out, but it came out with the Hangman. So in terms of spirituality, I feel like, okay, you're kind of taking a better grasp on this whole thing, whereas before you were scared of what you were seeing, you were scared of what you were feeling. You're learning to live with it a lot more, which is what I mentioned in your last two videos. You're just really going to have to learn to live with this new reality. If it's not new for you, I still felt that you were struggling with it, and this month I see it more as you're living in accordance with it. You're not trying to fight it anymore. It may not be something you like still, but it's something that you're used to, and it's something that you're learning to take advantage of and help guide you. And I also see this as your partner helping you do that. Your partner is really with you heavy this month. Like, they are your ride or die this month. And all of that is because you opened up to them. You were a lot more closed off in your last reading. And with all these cups here, I see this really changing your relationship. You probably had a great relationship before, but I feel like you've told your partners things that you probably never told them, no matter how long you were together. And it just really made them protectable for you. It's really making them see, like, hey, this person I'm with, like, she has fears and anxieties too. I didn't know this about her. Let me help her. The King of Pentacles came out to clarify. I don't know if you're with earth signs, because the King of Pentacles came out a lot for you in your last reading. So you may be with an earth sign, or just someone with really stable, reliable, honest energy. This person may also be wealthy or had a hand in making you wealthy. Regardless, they have your back completely, to the point where you can just let things go and not be so scared anymore. You see how relaxed and unbothered he is. The Hangman is a really intense card. It is a really intense spiritual journey card, but the person is not stressing anymore. They are just going with the flow. The Fool is kind of more willfully ignorant. This person is more at one with the universe, and they're ready for whatever happens, while the Fool is not necessarily even considering what can happen. And I'm getting this energy with you, and I'm getting that you get to be so relaxed because of this King of Pentacles, because of this partner. For my singles, this could be friends, this could be a father figure. If you were having money problems in the past, or in the most recent past, which I didn't really pick up on, this could be help in the form of a loan, or the form of somebody that just really respects your vision and really respects your journey and the things you've been through, and they want to help you battle. They want to help you come out through the other side, and they want to see you successful. So this is all regardless of whether you're in a partnership, a romantic partnership or not. There is somebody that really wants to help you. They've seen what you've gone through. They see how strong you are. But they're scared to approach you with this High Priestess energy and this Ace of Swords energy. I think you do need to kind of let your guard down a bit. I see you moving in the right direction for sure, especially since the Magician is here, the Six of Swords. The Magician is somebody that, as I mentioned, the Jack of all trades, somebody really talented, someone really skillful, someone really confident in themselves too. This is someone that kind of makes their own rules as they go along. And with the Six of Swords, I see that you're just continually trying to better yourself. You're trying to expand. Some of you may actually be moving. Some of you may actually be taking a trip. And you may get to do that because of what you've created, because of the life that you've built for yourself, because of the choices you've made. This is a culmination of everything. You've got the Wands, the Pentacles, the Swords, and the Cups here. So this is you just really fixing all areas of your life, and you get to move on. You get to enter a new phase of your life because of the work you've put in. Also with the High Priestess here, the Queen of Cups is also a very spiritual queen. You didn't get the Queen of Wands. She's known for witchcraft. But I do see that some of you are spiritual. Whether you intended to be or not, some of you may literally be manifesting. There's a new moon coming up on the 20th. So for those that get to watch this video now, this could be just a sign that, hey, you need to be manifesting right now. Definitely. With this Nine of Swords and the Hanged Man, this is you kind of doing that fighting off your inner demons. But this Magician is like, hey, right now I can get to the fun part. I can really think about what I want and what my dream life is. Even though you've expanded so much already, you want to go further. You want to take it up a notch. I see this as being that for you. And yeah, the next few days is a good start because that energy will be high for manifesting. Let's see, moving forward, the Judgment card. And I did get the Five of Pentacles to clarify. So this was, it threw me off a bit. I do see the need to be wise with money and to use the solid judgment since it was next to the Magician and the Six of Wands. I'm sorry, the Six of Swords. So while you are leaving this new phase, while you are expanding, while you are coming into abundance, there is that warning that, hey, you know, you're not exactly where you want to be yet. You're not exactly out of the clear. I also see the warning to just basically use better judgment. I know it's a cliche to say with this card. Not just in money, because the Five of Pentacles could denote potentially losing money, potentially getting laid off, or, you know, having money problems, rent problems, etc. I don't see that here. I see it as not isolating people because of what I mentioned earlier, especially with the Four of Cups and the Hierophant. You, in all your expanding and all your abundance, you may be leaving a lot of people behind that don't necessarily deserve to be out in the cold. These may have been your other ride or dies, or your friends, or your circle, or your family. They are feeling a little left out. The Judgment also could signify the need to apologize to people. Just this energy right here, I'm feeling that someone misses you. And I'm feeling that there is possibly an apology needing to be had with all these Ace of Swords here too. Yeah, I do see that someone misses you here. It's the Six of Swords too, like you just moving on and you going into your new life. And all these changes with your partner and the honeymoon phases, or even literally being on the honeymoon, or if you're just meeting someone and it's just like, oh my God, I've met the love of my life. And all that, this is the warning to not cut off your friends, to not cut off your family, to really think about the people that you may have hurt along the way. If you may have felt that you've been hurt, or you may have been left out in the cold by certain people, which resulted in you having to cut them off with all these Ace of Swords here, I do see the need to forgive and forget. But I'm feeling stronger energy that someone really misses you. I kept getting that when I was looking at these cards. Someone that has known you for a long time, like they miss you, and you may need to rekindle something there, or reconcile with someone here. Yeah. With that being said, still be careful with money though, because you didn't get a lot of Pentacles. You got the King of Pentacles, but I really do see that as your person, especially since he came up so much in your last two readings. So yeah, the Magician also is known for being a bit cocky, so be careful with that. I don't get arrogant energy. I get that you might get too comfortable once you start really seeing the results. With this Three of Wands, this is a very self-confident card. You're setting a new course for yourself. You're letting people know who you are. You're redefining your self-image. In all of that, just be careful not to isolate people, not to overspend, or not to stop saving, to always have a backup plan. Because the Five of Pentacles denotes what could be coming. You didn't get the Two of Wands. Oh, you did get the Two of Wands. So yeah, that kind of reinforces as well that there might be some unforeseen circumstances. And I like that it's the last in the spread. So definitely be wise with money. Use solid judgment. I don't know if any of you are investing in anything, but if you are, I would just really use your discernment here too with that. You got the High Priestess again. I do see that no matter what happens, though, you have a really solid team behind you. You have people that in your corner. You have someone that's literally a partner in every way possible. No matter what happens, you'll be on solid ground, mainly because of your partner, mainly because of the people that care about you. With this King of Pentacles, for those of you that are single, I mentioned somebody that really admires you and admires your strength, that admires your independence. Whoever this is that sees you, they have your back. So if this Five of Pentacles does come to be in whatever form, somebody is definitely going to help you weather that storm, and you'll be really good for it. Whatever stability comes out of that is going to be most likely a lot more permanent. You have the World at the bottom of my clarifier deck, and you also have the Six of Pentacles. So this is generosity. In some cases, especially in relationships, I call it the breadcrumbing card. So there is that warning to, again, I feel like this is more on your end, to just really be careful not to isolate people, to not cut off people that don't deserve to be cut off. And to also make sure all the people in your life that are helping you, that are your teammates, that they're getting their fair due. Of course, you want to make sure you're taken care of as well, but I'm seeing that there is the need to just be a little careful here with your attention, and just making everyone feel wanted, and just being thankful for the people in your life. The World here too, you're coming into a really great cycle, which is weird to say because all your spreads have been so great, even this one. With the Ace of Pentacles ending this, and the World at the bottom of the deck, you're coming into an even better cycle. So I do see the need to prepare for that. There might be a slight bump. At the bottom of your initial spread deck, you had the Six of Wands in reverse. So that again is just the being careful, and you have a whole team behind you. I'll just say that. So regardless of what happens, you have people that are looking out for you. You did have the Knight of Pentacles too. So I kind of do get the need to just really be focused on moving ahead. With this Three of Wands, this is someone, as I said, they see a lot of results. They see that where their hard work has taken them, but they know that there's still more hard work to do. So with that Nine of Pentacles, that kind of reinforces it for me. But overall, you had usual good energy. I'm very proud of this Nine of Swords, and something called me to use this deck. This is called After Tarot, and personally, I do look at the cards physically, and I do feel that my choice of deck, whatever deck I'm called to use for certain signs, like that's a message. So when I see artwork that sticks out, it's important. I do want to pull a few oracle cards for you. I don't feel the need to pull a love oracle card because I feel like you're coming into a really good time romantically, and I don't want to ruin that. Of course, I know time is fluid. I know there's so many Virgos out there. Not everyone is in a honeymoon phase. Not everyone is even in a partnership. But if I feel like there's really good energy surrounding you, I just don't want to elaborate on that because I don't feel like you need to. I will still pull an oracle card though. I love this deck. Something romantic may come up still, but I'm not gonna like purposely choose a romance oracle. This is more general. I will say I have started making extendeds too. It's in my description box. You got established, family, triumph, security. I just wish I can hold this up. It's such a beautiful card. I got the best energy when I picked it up. I really just wish I can push it toward you so you can feel what I felt just now. But yeah, you are all set, especially with that Ace of Pentacles at the end. Definitely. So you're good this month. Just keep fighting that anxiety, keep fighting those negative thoughts. I don't know if any of you are dealing with depression. I'm on the cusp, so I'm slightly Virgo myself, depending on who you ask. And depression is a big thing, and with that comes having trouble sleeping, having trouble setting boundaries, having trouble engaging with people and being social. So if that's a problem for you, I do see you fighting it this month, and it's really good. I do want to pull one more. This is Swatches of Chakra. And this is just what area needs to be worked on for you this month. Oh, communication. You do get a lot of Ace of Swords, as I said. So, I mean, just blue, it says communication. So, a lot of conversations that need to be had, a lot of people that probably want to talk to you as well. It may not even just be you that needs to do the talking. A lot of opening up to your partner so that you can get in that honeymoon stage. Yeah, you have, regardless, I feel like nothing really is too overwhelming for you because you have a lot of support around you this month. I didn't really see that last reading. I saw a lot of people just in your business and wanting to know what's going on with you. I feel like since you cut those people off, or if you're about to, what you're going to leave behind are the people that genuinely care about you and want to help you move forward. As I said, I do have a Patreon now. So if you are interested in a specific love reading, I do love readings. I do 18 plus readings, so more sexual there too. Because I get a lot of questions about how to be more open sexually, how to hone your sexuality, hone your divine feminine, hone your divine masculine. So that's going to be on my Patreon as well as the extendeds. I am going to start doing pick-a-cards. I'm going to start on my main channel and then maybe take a few of the 18 plus pick-a-cards and put that on my Patreon as well. I have all my socials at the bottom. I have my IG, my Twitter, and my TikTok. I'm actually getting really obsessed with TikTok, so if you follow me, I'll may even pull a card for you if you mention that you're a subscriber on my YouTube. But until then, I will probably see you again next week. I'll try to do another weekly vid. Have a really safe new moon. That's going to be on the 20th. And I'll see you soon. Bye.